There's a quiet intensity in the way Justin Bieber appears on his Twitch streams. No flashing lights, no rehearsed moves, no screaming fans, just him, the camera, and words that sound more like truths than performances. Many believe he's doing it to find peace, but if you listen closely, it feels deeper than that. Every pause, every soft prayer, every hesitant sentence seems directed at someone he's never truly let go of. This isn't just another stream. It's Justin reaching out to Selena Gomez without ever saying her name. From his talks about faith and forgiveness to the long silences filled with emotion, everything carries a weight, the guilt, the nostalgia, the unfinished feelings stuff. It's all there. He's no longer performing for the world. He's opening his heart to the one person who once sought him before the fame, ready this time to tell the truth. When I first watched Justin's Twitch stream, it didn't feel like a comeback. It felt like a confession. He wasn't performing or promoting anything. He was searching for peace, sitting there quietly. He spoke about faith, forgiveness, and grace, not like a celebrity giving a speech, but like someone tired of running from his past. Then came the line that stopped everyone: just looking at a woman and wanting her is the same as cheating. The chat froze, the tension was immediate. It didn't sound random at all, everyone knew exactly who he meant. That wasn't a lesson about religion, it was guilt. It was Justin speaking straight to the memory of Selena Gomez. One fan wrote, when he said that, you could see it in his face. He wasn't talking to us. He was talking to her. And honestly, I felt the same of the way he said it, slow, shaky, and full of emotion. Didn't sound like advice. It sounded like a man finally admitting his mistakes. Another fan commented, he's using faith to make peace with Selena. You could see it, years of guilt weighing on him. Maybe that's true, because when Justin talks about sin and grace, it doesn't feel like religion. It feels like regret. Someone else wrote, it's not a sermon, it's therapy. And that's exactly what it felt like, a man sitting alone, asking for forgiveness, not just from God, but from the woman who once saved him. The more I watched his streams, the clearer it became, Justin wasn't there to entertain anyone. He was there to heal. Every time he mentioned letting go, redemption, or leaving it all in God's hands, it felt like he was slowly freeing himself. It didn't sound like random words, it sounded like someone trying to convince himself that he could finally let Selena go. But the truth is, the more he tries, the clearer it becomes that he still hasn't. There's a quiet sadness in his voice, like he's searching for peace in a place that doesn't have any. One fan wrote, you can tell he's not over it. He talks about moving on, but every word circles back to her. And they're right. Even when Justin laughs or jokes with friends on stream, there's always that brief pause afterward, a silence that feels like he's somewhere else completely. Another fan said, Selena found peace by staying silent, but Justin is trying to find peace by speaking. That line stayed with me because it's true. She healed in silence, he's healing in front of everyone. Their journeys are different, yet still connected. One comment stood out, he's not letting go of her. He's letting go of the version of himself that lost her. That hit hard. Maybe that's what redemption means for Justin, not erasing Selena, but forgiving himself for the pain he caused her. It's not about moving on from love anymore. It's about finding peace with the person that love turned him into. If you really listen, each stream feels like another small step toward forgiveness, the kind that still has her name in every prayer. By the third or fourth stream, his energy felt different. He wasn't performing anymore, he was simply existing. The jokes were softer, the smile faded quicker, and the silence felt heavier. You could almost see his thoughts between the pauses, like each word pulled him back into memories he still couldn't escape. This wasn't the Justin we knew from the stage, this was someone finally facing the reflection of the damage he caused. He spoke about how fame can twist who you are, how pride can destroy what's good, and how grace can still heal what's broken. But the way he said it, calm and thoughtful, made it sound like he was remembering everything that went wrong with Selena. One fan wrote, he's not reflecting on fame, he's reflecting on her. Every pause feels like he's reliving that heartbreak. Another said, Justin's streams feel like a man watching his own mistakes play out, trying to forgive himself as he goes. And honestly, that's the best way to explain it. He's not talking to fans. He's talking to the version of himself that once hurt someone he truly loved. One person commented, he doesn't need a documentary. He's already making one live. That line stayed with me because when you watch him now, it doesn't feel like entertainment, it feels like a confession. Every word, every breath, every quiet stare into the camera seems to say, I know I made mistakes, and I wish I could undo them. Justin isn't reflecting to move on, he's reflecting to make peace with what's behind him. He's not lost in fame anymore, he's lost in forgiveness. Love has always been at the center of Justin Bieber's life, but on Twitch, it carries a whole new meaning. There's no spotlight, no love songs, and no polished lyrics, just truth. When he talks about desire, temptation, or control, it feels like he's finally admitting how love broke him and how he broke it. Every word sounds like a quiet apology to Selena Gomez, not for the breakup, But for the times he didn't protect what they had, when Justin said that just looking at a woman and wanting her is the same as cheating, it didn't sound like a lesson. It sounded like guilt, raw, real, unfiltered. He was confessing to a love too intense for them to handle, one that turned painful because neither of them was ready. You can feel he's still haunted by what they lost, not because he wants it back, but because he still feels its shadow now. When he talks about love, it doesn't sound romantic anymore. It's calm, thoughtful, and almost spiritual. He speaks like someone who finally understands that love isn't about owning someone, it's about redemption. And in that silence, you can still feel Selena's presence, not as regret, but as a reminder of who he used to be before fame changed everything. Justin isn't in love with the past anymore. He's in love with becoming the kind of man who could have been worthy of her. That's what still hurts, not losing Selena, but losing the version of himself she once believed in. Through every stream, every soft word, every confession, he's rebuilding that man piece by piece, one prayer, one apology, one quiet pause at a time. There's a strange peace in Justin's silence now. You can sense it in the way he stops before speaking, in the way he looks at the screen, not just seeing it, but seeing through it. It's not distance, it's letting go. For years, Justin tried to escape the noise and the chaos of fame, heartbreak, and attention, but now, he's doing the opposite, allowing it all to exist and only speaking when it feels real. When he says he doesn't want to perform anymore and just wants to exist, it's not about leaving music. It's about stopping the act. He's been trapped for so long inside the image the world created for him, the perfect husband, the redeemed star, the pop icon, but behind all that is a man who never stopped feeling the loss of the one person who truly understood him. These Twitch streams aren't about reaching fans, they're about letting go. Every quiet pause, every soft breath between his words feels like he's speaking to Selena. Not to reconnect, not for closure, but to finally find peace. It's the kind of conversation that doesn't need an answer. In his silence, there's acceptance. In his faith, there's longing, and in his voice, there's the sound of someone who finally understands that love doesn't always come back, sometimes it just teaches you. Justin isn't trying to convince anyone he's changed. He's showing it through patience, silence, and honesty. This isn't about what happened before, it's about finding grace after everything, because when the lights go out and the crowd fades away, what's left isn't fame or forgiveness, it's the quiet truth that peace was never something to chase, it was always between them. So when you really think about it, Justin Bieber's Twitch chapter isn't about streaming. It's about saying everything without having to say a word. Every late night stream, every quiet thought, and every whispered prayer seems to lead back to one person, Selena Gomez, but it's not obsession anymore. It's closure. After years of carrying guilt, heartbreak, and pressure, he's finally releasing it, not through music, but through silence. Selena found peace through grace, now Justin is learning to do the same, in his own way, one live stream at a time. Maybe that's what true healing is, two people on separate journeys, both finding peace in the end, because sometimes love doesn't need words, sometimes it stays alive quietly, in faith, in memory, and in forgiveness. And maybe now, after all this time, Justin is finally ready to forgive himself the same way she already has. Lately, Justin's streams have started to feel like more than moments of reflection, they become small pieces of his recovery. You can see it in the way he breathes before speaking, as if choosing honesty over image every single time. There's no agenda, no performance, just a man slowly making peace with his own history. Sometimes he plays soft background music, just gentle instrumentals, like he's creating space for the words he can't quite say. It's vulnerable, even raw, but that's what makes people stay. It's not about fame anymore. It's about finally feeling human again. Fans who followed him since his teenage years say it's like watching him come full circle, from the boy who once sang about love to the man who finally understands what it costs to lose it. He doesn't mention names, but everyone knows the story behind the silence. It's in the way he talks about learning to love without holding on.